Good afternoon, folks. This is your man always, George Page, aka the Emperor of Female Bodybuilding Talk, coming to you live from YouTube. And we are having. I hope you're having a great day. And as you know, we're going to do a little talking here. Right here, I have my partner, my ace coon, my hand of the Emperor, Jen here.
Yo.
Hey, how you doing? And we were talking about two ladies in the sport of bodybuilding who has what I call promise and potential. If you see that we were talking about one Mrs. Brittany Larson, because she's married, so it's like I say Mrs. and one Miss Hunter Henderson. And both these ladies have been competing as bodybuilders for with Brittany, she's been competing for a little longer. She's been competing, I think, about let's say 20.
The earliest I could find is 2019.
Yeah, 2019. But let's say maybe about 2017, 2016. That's probably more close because she earned a pro card in 2019, but she's probably been competing a little longer than that. So I mean 2016, 2015. And and also with Hunter is a phenom. I've said this by her. She just got into bodybuilding after years of being a power lifter. And she on her first shout out, she won her bodybuilding debut at the Omaha Pro. That was last year. Then turns around and she wins the USA Championships in I think it was Arizona, because I know a dear lady who I was friends with. She was at that show, Miss Liz Curtis. A shout out to Liz. She's an amazing lady. We keep in contact with each other. And then making her pro debut, she took second place at the Tampa Bay show, which is I would say next to what happened with Andrea Shaw did back in 2020, where she won the Omaha. Then she wins the Rise Feeding World Championship, and then win the Miss Olympia. That is pretty much almost a triple header. So what you think?
Yeah, it's a very good score for her. The person who got who won the Tampa Pro above her was
Mona Porcella.
Mona Porcella.
Porcella. I will say Porcella. I had to be correct to get a name right. And
and she got fourth in that. So who knows what would happen if she managed to get into the Miss Olympia, which would have been huge if she was able to get to that.
Hello?
What? Did you hear me?
Yeah,
sorry, did you hear me?
I can hear you. Did
you hear what I said?
Oh, you said how she, what she could have done if, Mona, she took fourth at the Olympia, and what, Hunter could have been if she probably kept on going, because, she took second at Tampa. I think Tampa was one of the bigger shows with a good number of points. I think you can probably get, 6 or 8 points, or was it 7, 8 points in that show? And if she does something like the Savannah and maybe placed high, she probably would have got into the Tampa by points.
Yeah, she would have gotten, I don't know, maybe she was just worn out. That happens sometimes, burn out with some of these women.
Yeah, it does happen.
Plus, she only started competing only just in 2012, 2021.
Mm-hmm.
Prior to that, she was just a powerlifter. She was competing against people like one Miss Christy Holt, who for a professional female bodybuilder turned powerlifter. And I think she ranks second on openpowerlifting.org. She's got I think second ranking on there, which is pretty huge.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because like I said, there's a lot of women who transition from powerlifting to bodybuilding in the last few years. I know a lady who did an interview with me, Rita West. She was a long-time powerlifting champion. She made the transition to bodybuilding. There's talks also. There's a lady by the name of CC Igrams, or better known as She-Hulk. She's planning on making a transition. And I think one thing is that even though powerlifting is not seen as bodybuilding, is bodybuilding. And one of the biggest women who came from that powerlifting background is the great Miss Bev Francis. And she was the one who changed the sport of bodybuilding from the look of bodybuilding looks today. I think, she was the precursor for a lot of these women who are this level of female bodybuilding. And, Brittany, about her, she's right here from my home state of North Carolina. She's from Rayford. That's just a good ways up the road from where I stay at here in Robson County. That's Hope County. And with her, I know I was watching my brother Jared sent me some interviews they did, and I was listening to her interview she did some time ago, where Brittany, she got into it because she was dealing with, I think, medical issues, and because of that, she had some kind of autoimmune disease, and really she got into bodybuilding, which kind of helped her with her issues. She has some struggles, and it's tough, especially you're young, and when you're young, you shouldn't be sick. You should be healthy, but there's many things out there that affects us people. Just we have problems. Sometimes genetics also is an issue. I have issues, and sometimes it's inherited. My mother and my father, pass it on to us, and especially in the Black community, we often have the other problems too. And she has a lot of problems and potential. I know what she's saying, how she was competing and she's dealing with her autoimmune issues. It was tough on her. And I can really understand that, dealing with an illness, and it's really can, even though you're in a sport where you want to be healthy for yourself, but at the same time your body fighting against you.
Yeah, and I think that's the reason why a lot of these women get into the sport. Pretty much, yeah. So Brittany Larson, based off the competition history I could find of her, in 2019 she got first at NPC USA Championships. And then she competed at the Chicago Pro and got nine. Then she competed at Tampa and got nine. So, not doing as great as Hunter Henderson, but once again, pro debut. It's usually considered amazing if they even win a pro show, let alone get to the Miss Olympia.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and like I said, like this, especially if you meet the top 10. Now, she made top 10 at Chicago, made top 10 at the Tampa. Those are pretty much big shows for women in bodybuilding. And and you never know. I know I got a friend of mine who's he's right now he does content for women's bodybuilding. He does a lot of content for women in fitness. My friend Glenn Young Senior. Now he tried to reach out to her a few times about coming in and work with her, but it's just it's up there with her. But I think she has I'm looking from some pics that she from her last show, and most definitely she has some great potential. I'll pull these up real quick if you don't want to look at it. And she has some promise. One thing I while some years ago, she did originally had breast implants, but she was having some issues. I believe because and people don't notice that there's a thing called toxicity. Breast implant toxicity. When you have issues from having breast implants, they can make you sick. Some people have get them out later on in career. Like people like there's a fighter by the name of Kat Zingano. She had breast implants. She got them out. I think I've also talked about this also before on my channel, where there's been fighters who have not fighters. I mean, other women in professional bodybuilding who, became sick because of the issues of the breast implants and got taken out, especially with her dealing with her autoimmune disease issues.
Yeah.
Yeah, and she has a lot of potential. She. I think one thing is, she was rigid physique, but then later on
Yeah.
she switched to women's open after she got a pro card, and I think she really has some potential. For most definitely, for promising bodybuilding. I think one thing is, you know, I think she might sit out this year and put on a little size. If you look at her, look at her shoulders. She has great shoulder width. She has a great small tapered waist. I think it's just that if she gets some size in her quads and her little bit maybe more in the upper body, I think she did pretty good. You compare it to somebody like Michaela Aycock, who's like a small girl, who's like
Yeah.
yeah, Michaela's 5'5". I think she's about 5'2", maybe 5'1", and she can put on the muscle. You just got to take her time. But also it's up to her if she wants to go to that next step. There could be possibility that she might even, I don't know, sit out and quit bodybuilding. But if she feel like this is her purpose and her path to sport of bodybuilding, we might keep seeing more of her in the future.
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely. I could definitely see that. And she's got good proportions and potential, like her abdominal area. She's got a very good waist and other such things. Yeah, nothing bad to say about her, other than just size, I guess, and you know, working out the details and all that good stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, see, everybody's gonna say that size is important. Condition is also good, but size is also a very important part of great of a great physique. If you can bring in, like I said, not more than maybe 10 pounds. Bringing in size your quads and your shoulders. You want to be, I said, which I'm learning a lot from doing this content for you talk about. You want to be fuller. I remember I did a conversation with a lady who competed a while back. She said that she was at a show. She said she wished it was a little fuller. It was her first, show when she actually switched divisions, and she said, like, she wished she just was a little fuller. But like I said, she still did pretty good. She made it in the top 10 at that show.
Yeah,
And with Hunter, because I think with all her years being, power lifter, she has a good amount of size. I think, she's about the same height as I think she's in between Michaela and Brittany when it comes to height. I think she's got to be about 5'1", maybe 5 feet, and
yeah,
she has those good qualities. She has good aesthetics. If you pay attention to how she, her development, how she looks, she, truthfully, I see that she has a lot of potential. You know, it's also like I said, she's young. That youth also helps out. So if she can, stay motivated into this in the sport and keep it up, she has potential. If you look at, like I said, she has good sized calves. From here, the quads are pretty good. I mean, look at you really see the size in her shoulders and her arms. It's just maybe just I think the waistline might, if she comes in a little tighter in the waistline, and
yeah,
just we think about 5 more pounds of muscle.
yeah, yeah, definitely.
Yeah, not too much muscle, just enough where because like I said, you put her side by side, when you just I think you side by side with her and Mona Marcel, because Mona is probably like about the same size. She's like a 5'3", maybe about that high, and she did pretty good, especially you had Mona against people like Helen Trevino and Andrew Shaw and Marjorie Martin, and you had the big Swede Irene Anderson right behind her. She did pretty good, you know.
Yeah,
So you think somebody like Hunter, who's about the same height, about the same size, she comes in a little tighter. As I learned a lot of these phrases from I'm watching and I'm doing content that come in drier. If she came in a little bit more dry, I mean like we push out the extra fluid out and just come in a little more conditioned, tighter, and just add just not too much size. She has that level of size, but just a twinge bit. if she's going to stand toe to toe with some of the heavy hitters.
Yeah.
So anyway, like I said, these are two young ladies who have, I would say, truthfully, promise and potential in the sport of bodybuilding. So there's a lot about them. Like I said, with Hunter, also with her, where I listened to the videos that you sent me, how she also, excuse me, she also had to deal with some medical issues. I think she has some kind of internal issue in which she had to get surgery. I think it's something with her kidneys. Was that? I believe.
Yeah, she lost one of her kidneys. Um, so that's like something that I don't know how important that is in the sport of bodybuilding, but
Well, you got to figure out the kidneys are very important because the kidneys flush a
yeah,
lot of toxins out of your
shit,
system.
yeah,
And yeah, most definitely even with one you do pretty good, but when you have two, it really helps out. Especially if you have issues like with your liver and also with the rest of your body. The kidneys, what they cleanse any toxic materials in your system, and you can do all right with one. But if you have anything extremely heavy, also if you're a person who drinks heavily without that extra kidney, you're not gonna it's not gonna really help you too much. You most definitely need kidney. But I think she's recovering from that. Also, she's a medical student. She studies she has a medical degree, and that's
yeah,
good for the future because a lot of bodybuilders, some don't even have that much other than maybe just being a trainer or something like that. But she has a future where which I can do bodybuilding for a time. I can go become a doctor, whatever. There's a lady who did a video a while back, Miss Susan Suzanne Marie Smith, who's an anesthesiologist, and that's the person who puts you to sleep and go to surgery. She has her doctorate, and she competed for a good while. She took some time off, and maybe in the future you might see her come back and compete because you know what, maybe he has that will and passion for the bodybuilding. But Hunter, like I said, she's still young. She still has a lot of potential. She can take maybe 2 or 3 years off if she wants. As you know, most women don't really hit their stride till like into their later years, like look at like Andrea. Andrea, she would hit strides right about when she just turned. I think Andrea's going to be 39 this year because I think when she won Miss Olympia, she was
yeah,
37.
yeah. She's gonna be like 39ish, and that's usually that's also I believe around the same time that Irish Kyle also peaked as well. I found her to her physique peaked around like I've always pointed this out 2013ish. 2000, yeah, somewhere around that time is when she looked at her best. Honestly, she finally um, turned into a mature woman, and that was also around the time she was in her late 30s. So yeah, if somebody like Hunter Henderson can keep competing, she can be doing this till she's in her like 50s ish. Like there's really no reason. Like for example, she said she wants to do powerlifting and bodybuilding and be the best at both.
Mhm.
Uh, Good ambition. We'll see if she's able to do it or not. She's already seemed to be second on the list of at least that one website for powerlifters. So she's got that for her so far, and we will see. Hopefully, both of them compete this year, to say the least. Yeah, and she's also got like she does like some stuff at like a hospital or something. Really amazing how much uh, uh, like she must have no time to herself if she's doing all this stuff. Like
Well,
I can barely I mean I do a job and my 2 days off for me are like almost like
gone.
they're precious. They disappear very quickly.
Yeah, I remember when I was working, I had two jobs, and I had a job during the day, had a job at night, Sometimes, one of my jobs, my part-time job, they work on weekends every now and then. But there was times where I used to have, it used to be me and another person who used to rotate our days, especially on the weekend, because you want to have some time off and just reset and relax. I might work a Friday, don't go back to Sunday, and might work a Sunday and don't go back to Friday, it's like that. And it's precious when you get those days off. My main job only worked 4 days a week, and that was 10 hours. And you know what? That was great because you know what? I got paid on Thursday, had Friday. I used to me and my mom. We used to go to the yard sales and go check them out. That was my old rider by my mom. We go to the yard sales, we had a good time. She pick out stuff, like that. And sometimes, if I didn't have to work Friday on the side job, hey, I just chill at the house, or I
Yeah.
might just go out and hang out for a bit and come home and that's the thing about the weekend. I think some places, in some countries they have, I think most places like in the United States it's like 40 to 50 hours you work, but in some countries you might have less than 30 because those countries
Yeah.
they give you better pay and better day off, and I wish America was like that, but America's it's about the dollar. It's about the dollar. But but besides that, I think these ladies do have good potential. I mean, um, depending on if they're going to compete this year, and I'm surprised. This is one thing I'm surprised that neither one of them, I think hasn't been picked as a Wing Strength ambassador. I don't know if Hunter was interested in becoming one, but because I reached out to some ladies who just got who are Wing Strength ambassadors, and I said I'm surprised that especially the list I saw this year. I'm surprised that she's not on the list because she met Jake Woods when he was at the USA Championships, and then she was at the Tampa Bay. Brittany, she has great potential. She's young. I would think that they would want young women who they can really mold and who probably have a great future. I mean, no offense to people like Carol Trevino, Irene Anderson, a couple of ladies that made the list, but and much respect to them and their contributions to bodybuilding. But the thing is, you always want to invest into the future, especially with younger women who might have maybe a little staying power, but also think about with young women, they can be a bit flaky. I mean, they may not feel, what, they may not feel like doing it. Especially, it's like Brittany, she's young and she's married, and there's a possibility that she may want to take some time off. She does have a husband. She has puppies and dogs, but the fact is, those cannot fill the spot of children. And there have been ladies who I follow who took that time off. They want to be moms, invest into a family, and they they wanted to wean off the most definitely you take certain supplements. We're saying yeah, people would say yes, steroids, yes, that's true. So that you're able to clean your system out to be able to menstruate, because that's one thing with female bodybuilders, that you take some of these drugs and you take some of these other products, it does affect your menstrual cycle. So
Yeah.
and, you don't have a period sometimes. You just you may not even possibly have children. There's a lot of ladies who are bodybuilders who retired and miss the opportunity to be mothers. I think I remember I read somewhere some years ago, Linda Murray, after she retired, when she lost to that second time she lost to Kim Javetsky, and she um, her and her husband wanted to have children. And I think she said a story where she had a couple of miscarriages, and then it didn't work out for her. So then that's why she came back back in 2002 to compete, because she needed. I think she probably needed that field to get back in competition.
Yeah.
And that's the thing also, like I said, and I know why I saw the interview that Hunter gets. She was, like I said, she's busy, but now she says she don't have a man anymore. So she had a boyfriend, but I think that's one thing. If you don't have that distraction of of a partner, like a boyfriend or a girlfriend, or a significant other, you can really focus on yourself, and you
Yeah.
can evolve as a competitor. You have the extra time because you don't have the time to visit somebody else. You can invest more in yourself.
Yeah. Who doesn't have Hella Trevino?
No, I say Hunter.
Oh, Hunter doesn't have a boyfriend.
I don't know
Oh,
about
okay.
Hell.
Yeah.
I know. Hella's been married. I don't know if she's still married or not, because she was. Hella Nelson, but she became Hella Trevino.
Yeah,
So I'm wondering if that was junior marriage or marriage to convenience.
that
Because
that does sound like a marriage because um Nelson is her birth name and Trevino is like a different kind of name.
I think Trevino sounds kind of. I think it's Spanish. Is it Italian, something like that? An actor. He's a Spanish actor. God, I know his name. You probably see him. He's a Mexican dude with that. He usually has that. He has a tattoo of Mexican woman on his chest. Danny,
Yeah,
that's Danny Trejo. That's Danny Trejo. Not Trevino. It's Trejo. It's Trejo.
there's a there's a place in like Spain called Trevino, so let's just go with Spain.
Yeah, it's just like I say, it's a Spanish name, so it's Spaniard. Yeah, that's weird. But Brittany and Hunter have they have a lot of they have a great future. Once they get with the get set up what they want to do. If they are certain in themselves that they want to establish a career as professional bodybuilders, if they feel like there is an opportunity that they can grow and develop as competitors, you know it's a possibility. You it's just about what they want and what they see themselves as in the future. You know,
Yep,
it's like I said, the sport of bodybuilding is a tough bodybuilding. It's a tough sport,
yep.
and and you got to go head to head with a lot of people who are serious about this sport, and you can't be, I would say, too. You know, what's the best word? Uh, what's the best word to say? It's in my head. The word. If you get the word, you can share it with me. But you,
Burnout, burnout,
hmm,
burnout.
that's one. But I think it's a word where I say you can't be too. Um,
You
yeah.
have to get Yeah, you have to get used to losing
Hmm. Yeah.
lots and lots of times before you
Yeah.
can.
You have to be really serious about what you're doing because, like I said, this is a tough sport. And let's say it's a sport that there's not a lot of benefits from it other than maybe a good healthy lifestyle, but not financially per se. If you are thinking about competing as a bodybuilder, you really you know have to really think about what your future is going to be. you know if you feel like this is a sport you want to settle down in, you feel like you have a purpose for this sport, then yeah, stick with it. If not, then move on. There's been several ladies who have competed for quite some time. They did pretty good. They had successes, and then there's some that just said, you know what, I'm not gonna get anything out of this. I'm just one and done.
Yep,
There's some ladies who have what I call promise and potential, and just didn't really take advantage of it. You know,
yep.
and like I said,
That's always sad.
yeah. And I think that's a standpoint of us as fans. That's how we see it.
Yep,
But we have to think how they see it themselves. You
yep,
know, if they truthfully feel like they are committed, that's what I think. That's what I say, committed to this sport. You have to say there's some sacrifices. It have to be consistent. You have to, you can't, do like you want to do, like everybody else does. You can't, it's like some ladies I talked to said they can't just go to a bar and have a good drink. They can't go to
yeah.
a
It's
cookout and eat.
dedication.
Yeah,
It's
they can't go to
dedication.
they can't go to a cookout and eat like they like, like everybody else is eating. They have to make a lot of sacrifices. This is my man, Marcus Bell, all the way to George Page, coming through, smashing that like. Thank you, Marcus, and thank you for coming through. As you know, this is our 79th episode of Muscle Talk Mondays. And I mean,
Nice,
79. Oh my
nice.
God, it's
Yeah,
just
we're just plowing along.
yeah. Wow.
Um, I guess this is a good place to end it. I guess the only thing I can really end on is usually I like to go over like um, just promotions at the end and other such things. I would put in the chat those interviews that I sent you to the fans, like the people watching us. I would also put this as well, muscleappeal.com. If you want some good video and photo sessions of these girls, I think a lot of people would enjoy it. I'm currently looking at some videos of Mila Ash on there. Yeah, she's got some very good um, good poses here.
It's pretty good. I'm looking at it right now. I'm gonna put it into the excuse me. I'll put it into the comment section. I think, yeah, I think it's great to see. Like I said, this is the thing. One thing is, a lot of these sites are really giving women opportunity, especially women bodybuilding, to, show their form, their figure, their shapes. In to respect, to respect these ladies' commitment and passion for the sport. You know,
Yep.
and if anybody's out there, like I said, I'm gonna find the interviews real quick because I put them in the description, in the comment section. If you watch this video later, because I like to think that the people came through who who like, comment, and who subscribe to this channel. Also, share this. Let's support women in bodybuilding. Because like I said, I talked to quite some of these ladies, and they can use any kind of support they can get. If it's not from, if you don't have any money in your pocket to give, but I think just being somebody who's there, who reach out to these ladies, let them know that they are important, they are special, they are women who must be respected for, like I said, their commitment, their passion, and the dedication to
Yep.
this sport. Because not a lot of
100%.
people.
Not a lot of people care. It's yeah. Just shout out, give them a like.
Yeah, subscribe. Like I say, some ladies here on this. There's ladies here on YouTube. There's ladies here on like IG, Facebook, Twitter. Also, I know one lady. She has a TikTok. Hey, reach out to them, support them. Like I said, these ladies, they do a lot. And they work hard. And if you are somebody like this, I say this: if you're somebody who is a promoter, who's interested in helping the athlete involve, to progress and evolve in their career in the sport of bodybuilding, and you seriously want to help them, reach out to these ladies. They probably can use any kind of help. And also, his thing is, don't look for anything from it. Because I
Yeah.
know some ladies who mentioned that sometimes they have guys need, hey, you see me some this or see me some that. No, don't do that. Don't be that guy. Don't be, don't. Let's be somebody say, you know what? If you have the means and the way to help these ladies to evolve as athletes, just do that. Don't be looking for, something free. I know I was saying, you can't get something for nothing, but at the same time, it can be great for somebody to help anyone, especially in sport of bodybuilding, to develop and to evolve and to progress.
Yep.
And they can use that, especially sponsorship. As you know, I think the only division that gets us, women who get to be sponsors, get sponsors are, I think, figure fitness, and I think bikini, and most definitely there's a new division, wellness. I think it's not difficult for women in physique and women's in open bodybuilding to get any kind of sponsors. There's only so few. I think there's a lady, I know a couple ladies who have sponsors, like Salva Mate from Italy. I know she's sponsored by Yotomoto. I think
Andrea Shaw.
Andrew Shaw, yeah. We just sponsors her, and also the companies. Also, I think Virginia Sanchez, she mentioned she gets a sponsor. It's rare for ladies to get a sponsor, but if you, like I said, if you listen to my video, if you follow my channel, if you're a person who have the means and the ways to support a woman in the sport of bodybuilding, help them, evolve and progress as an athlete, to maybe to advance in their future, you know, just do that. Don't, like I said, Don't be looking out for handouts. Just hey, if you have the means and the ways, you can do it financially. Hey, you can write off as a tax write-off.
Yep.
Hey, a lot of rich people do it.
And I think this is a good closing. Good job, everybody. MTM fans, George, I will see you all later, and we will do this again next week.
Okay, and just let me know
See.
what we want to talk about because like I say we
I haven't really thought of it yet. I'll let you know by tomorrow at least.
okay. I'll let you know something too because I'm thinking I got some things in my head I want to together because most of the time we're still waiting for the shows, folks. We're still waiting for. I know, because it's. I think we get a couple of shows in May, and that's
Yep.
the Vancouver Pro,
And I
also,
can't wait for New York. I'll let you guys know. But peace
alrighty.
out, everybody.
All right, see y'all later. Well, folks, this is like I said. I just had to turn off the phone for a minute. I hate when it just happens. But like I said, I'd appreciate y'all for coming through. My man Marcus Bell for dropping that like, supporting me. I appreciate my partner Jen for sharing. He's the hand of the emperor. I appreciate y'all you who comment like this on this video. Like I said, watch this video again. If you have the time, really give your thoughts on the two lovely ladies who have promised potential, Mrs. Brittany Larson and Miss Hunter Henderson. I think they do both have great futures in the sport, and I hope whatever they do in life outside of the sport, I hope it's successful. So this is episode 79 of MuscleTalk Mondays. Like I said, I appreciate y'all for coming through. Like I said, comment, like, share, subscribe, and support women's sport of bodybuilding. And we just mail over Joe's page, aka the Emperor of Field Body Talk. Don't like, subscribe. I'm out.